Hello again. Uh, Forgiveness for the lighting. Um, yeah, recording this like at what time is it? I think it's gonna be like 2 in the morning. And uh, yeah, a lot to talk about, I suppose. Um, you know how everybody goes through those dark nights of the soul and stuff, and rock bottom. You know, pushed to their limits, way beyond their limits, actually. Um, and I think it is, or I believe it is, a form of one way to be activated. Because, yeah, I'm very, very capable of doing a lot. And it surely feels like it's asked of me, and hey, that's why I'm here. And I don't know if I mentioned it in the other video, but yeah, I'm staying here until everybody can feel Source, uh, Gaia, especially the planet. Yeah, I mean, we're still syncing up, and I'm just observing, right? And it's just you're observing the looping, the past repeating itself over and over again. Um, you know, nothing's ever working against you unless you believe it is. At least that's what I believe, and it's been my experience. No matter how horrible the situation or the experience you're having, for whatever reason, it's something needed, you know, and I've had to be very understanding with a lot of people, and that's all right, you know. Um, doesn't make me love them any less. Um, and it used to bother me that I would trigger people, everybody. No one's exempt. I should not, but yeah. Every once in a while it's okay. Hair is getting super long, huh? And this wire is powering the light above me. Sorry. Putting this on my steering wheel. It's not the best. Maybe there. Yeah. And it kind of feels like times are tough, and we're at that. Of course, it's going to get worse before it gets better thing, but I feel like we're getting out of it already. Um, so I base certain things off of uh, what I'm receiving from the collective, and what I feel the collective is receiving from me. And it feels like progress, definitely. Sorry, this moved again, I think. There we go. Sorry. Um, yeah, it feels like progress. It feels like, you know, um, another wave of awakenings about to take place. And I'm very grateful and thankful that I haven't lost that connection with everything and everyone. And I keep choosing love. You know, my mantra is I am love, and love is what I choose no matter what happens. And it has given me the best possible outcomes. Because um, when you feed into any kind of fighting or something that doesn't agree with you, with your heart, you know, your vibe, it just, you can feel it. You don't sync up with it. Um, sorry, car. That's how you know, I'm able to. What was that? Never mind. Um, that's how I'm able to sort of not fall into it or get sucked in to the illusions of being separate from one another. Because that's really where the fighting starts, or you know, misunderstandings. Because you know, you could have plenty of disagreements, right? But when it gets to a point where um, the experience is one of being separate, and separate means I'm right, you're wrong. I'm above you, you're below me. Um, you know, just the person is not aware of the connection. Therefore, um, when they're looping and going through the cycle and they're trying to purge, what they're doing is they're um, projecting what they have in their heart, all that pain and suffering or trauma. They're projecting that onto everybody else, everybody who's around them. They ripple it to the collective, and the collective ripples it back. Um, and the only way to help the collective and help that individual is by that individual understanding that they are looping and it's a cycle that needs to be broken. Obviously, right? Over and over again, you keep having the same experience, and it's an unpleasant experience. It's one that you don't want to keep having. Um, Maybe it's frustrating because you don't understand why it keeps happening. But once you're observing it and you understand that it is taking place and you no longer want it to take place, then you take steps um, to change it. It's more or less um, changing habits or replacing a habit, a bad habit, with a good habit. And it's, you know, not necessarily, you know, good or evil kind of change. It's more of what works and what doesn't work. Um, what feels to your heart and soul, you know, pure or flowing, organic love. If you feel love, I've no matter what happens, it's still going to lead you to the best outcome. Now, of course, there's going to be um, too much, right? Too much of anything can be a bad thing, even if it's a good thing. So balance must be kept, of course. And um, I'm gonna make more videos. I just every single time that I do want to make videos, I get bombarded. Boom, 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 boom. With freaking work, you know? Or I'll just do extra work because got nothing better to do, you know? Um, Other than meditate and, you know, do what the shaman is meant to do here. And, you know, it used to trouble me a lot that my experience was very different than other people's. Even though they might think it's normal, it's the same, or um, anything like that, it's completely not. I'll tell you that. It feels basically like being responsible for the whole planet, for Gaia and all the souls that are here, and not responsible in the way where if anything happens, it's my fault kind of thing. It's more of mm, it's a natural, coming here to bring heaven to earth and to harmonize everybody's vibe because their vibe is inverted or you know what I mean, sort of inside out kind of thing, and uh, backwards basically, just backwards. And that backwards is their experience is an external one, and it is one of being separate. So it it's gonna get understood a lot more once everybody starts feeling Gaia and you know everybody else, animals, trees, everything. Um, and it already happened. It already took place before, right? We were all syncing up. We were making YouTube videos. Um, what's her name? Aluna said the heart chakra race. Um, there's all these events, all these things that took place, things that happened um, during my awakening that I didn't know what was happening. Okay, I was just doing, and I was guided from the inside out, from my heart and soul out, and it was a lot of things. And if you guys really want me to recap all those experiences, the non-physical ones, um, it's just crazy. Out-of-body experiences and um, all this darkness that was here on the earth, I sucked in through my third eye during a meditation, and I sent it to a different earth. And I know that because I woke up in that earth. You know how I've told everybody, you've been to the multiverse, you've been to other earths. If you've had a dream and a lucid one, then there you go. And don't forget that this here right now is also a dream. It is. And it's about being lucid in this dream. Because I'm sure you've experienced periods in your life where it felt like you were just lulling by. Um, like, where did those years go? Or, you know what I mean? I think everybody's gone through that at one point in their life. Sorry, I'm parked outside the Burger King and I can hear the speaker in the drive-through. So, a few years back, I got into a relationship, I got married and everything, had kids. Um, yeah, not together anymore. I still get to see my kids. It'll never feel like enough time, but I get to see them. And uh, basically homeless, but homeless by choice. Um, more of a nomad at the moment. And, don't feel bad um, or sorry or anything like that. So everything that we are participating in, experiencing in our lives, uh, we're experiencing it because the collective is experiencing it, and therefore, to understand, we must experience it. So we'll go through the same kind of cycles, whether it's being homeless or bad relationships, um, misunderstandings, conflict, um, triggers, traumas. It's just going to keep happening over and over again because that's how energy works, okay? And if you want it to work differently, then you have to create differently, you have to manifest differently. And um, the way I do it is just through feeling alone. Um, I try not to think, I just feel. That's what Bruce Lee used to say. Don't think, feel. Well, it's true. I've been meeting so many nice people, good-hearted people, and uh, people that are guided by their power doubled, like I am. Luke, you too. Um, I've met a lot of other people like that, and everybody that I interact with, and I talk about what I talk about, it ripples, boop, it ripples, little by little. Um, the more everybody understands themselves and others, it keeps getting better and better, right? It helps to break free from the looping and being stuck. So if you feel stuck, if you feel like you don't belong, you're in pain and suffering, um, you have to be looping then. Uh, and we're doing it, like I said, because the collective is going through it, we're going through it, and it is up to us to break free, to understand, and to connect more to the heart and soul, and choose love. Unconditional love, okay? There is no one that is exempt, okay? From me, at least, this is how I experience it. Because if it is a true experience of oneness, a true experience of being super connected to everything and everyone, then you won't want to harm anybody. It, it'd be like you're harming yourself. And that's been my experience. It's like if somebody comes and they point their finger at me, and they're like, you did this. Okay, I understand that's your experience, not mine. I wasn't trying to do any of those things. That's what you have in your heart that creates a lens that distorts your experience. It's self-evident, okay? Because there's conflict, because there's sabotage, there's no meeting in the middle, there's only my way or the highway, or um, just, you know what I mean? Various levels of experiencing oneself as separate from others. And it's because I believe that they don't feel that connection. I've always felt it since I was a little boy. It's what made me depressed when I finally figured out that other people's experience wasn't the same as mine. And I know I'm not the only one that experienced things like this. I know I'm not the only shaman. I know we're all doing this together. And when I say I, or I'm doing this, or I did this, it's really we, all of us. Um, so I need no credit. I need no recognition, um, payment of any form, uh, because the work that we're doing naturally is the reward, is the payment, is what we came here to do. And it's to bring heaven to earth. It's so, like, everywhere. It's in so many different places. Music, religion, prophecies, you name it. It's all talking about the same thing. And often it feels like, where are the others that are here doing this work with me? Where are they? But I know you're here. I can feel you. Trust me, I can feel you. And if you've ever believed that I don't love you, or don't care about you, or you think I think I'm better than and you're less than, That's what I'm talking about. That's the illusions of being separate. That's what you have in your heart. It's making you believe such things. Um, you know how some people want to believe the best in everybody? It's not because they're necessarily naive, it is because they love them. They love everybody. They're already experiencing a form or a level of what I'm already talking about. And then, so think of it this way, it's all energetic, right? Everybody is a sponge, and everybody can also shoot their energy at anybody at any given point through thoughts, words, feelings, you name it. Um, because we're super connected, we can do this. Um, can experience telepathy, which I have experienced. Which brings me back, and you know, I believe that one of the biggest illusions of being separate is the man and woman, the genders. Uh, it's like picking sides or something. And when you feel oneness, when you feel love through and through, you don't pick sides. There's no sides. It would be like um, me saying my pinky, uh, you know, it's not on my side, so cut that off. Oh no, of course not. That ain't gonna happen. I need my pinky. So we're interacting. It's an energy interaction every single moment, breath to breath, uh, every blink of the eye, every heartbeat. It's ripples, hits back, ripples, hits back. And sometimes we get hit really with a lot because there's so many people influencing it, or it's just an experience that you're participating in order to understand what is going on so that you can break free from that cycle, from that looping. And like I said, every time you do, it ripples out and it frees everybody else. Boom. Believe me, I've experienced it over and over and over again. That rippling effect and the outcome, the change. We're doing this regardless whether we want to or not, really. Because, well, at least for me, it's what I was created to do. So many people can believe in someone or something or source. And it could be an anchor, it could be a pillar, it could be a salvation, it could be a beginning, it could be an end and a beginning. Death and rebirth, consistently we're going through. From moment to moment. And, I'm very confident in what I'm saying and what I'm doing because it's been my experience my whole life, and 2017 was just the point of when I broke free. I could feel the blocks. And actually, I've been telling people about the lawoftime.org and their galactic signature so that they can get to know themselves, their avatar, their energies that they're working with, their gifts. Um, and I went back to mine recently, and it literally said something about uh, feeling the blocks and breaking free from them. That's exactly what I did. So, was that there before? Was it written after? I don't know. All I know is that it happened and it's happening again. Telltale signs, synchronicities increased, um, people getting triggered increased. Anything that you're experiencing, uh, if it's love, it'll get amplified. If it is jealousy, if it is hate, um, whatever it is, it will be amplified. It will be amplified in order for you to be aware, more self aware. Um, so every time you loop, every time it happens over and over again, it's because you haven't broken free, you haven't understood. Or you haven't accepted your part in it, you know? What maybe you got wrong or what you might have misunderstood or misinterpreted, so on and so forth. Oh, come on. My light. Sorry. Uh, it's a weird kind of light. There we go.